Hello and welcome. My name is Katharine Gray. I'm the founder and director of Friends First. Today I want to talk about past relationships and when you should discuss that with a date. You see, I'm assuming that most of us watching this video have had a past relationship of some sort or another. Maybe you've just been going out with somebody and it didn't work out. Maybe you've been married and had a very happy marriage and have been sadly widowed. Maybe you had an unhappy marriage and are now separated and divorced. So I'm talking here to people who've had any of those, who've had a past relationship. Now, that relationship may well have made a big impact on your life, positively or negatively. If you've had a marriage that hasn't worked out, maybe there's lots of things about that marriage that you feel hurt and bitter and angry about, or sad about even. Maybe if you had a great marriage, there are lots of things that really make you feel that that marriage has become the defining element of who you are. You are a real couple with the other person. It doesn't really matter what the situation is. All of that is now in the past. And it's my personal view that certainly in the early days of dating, if you bring that past into your present date, it is not generally a good thing. You see, people want to date you. They want to get to know you, and you are not your past and not the baggage in your past and not even the good thing in your past if you've had a good marriage. That isn't exactly who you are. People want to get to know the real you. So it's my strong advice is to keep that bit of your life out of the initial stages of your dating. Now, when I say the initial stages, I'm meaning like at least the first 3 dates. Allow somebody to get to know you, the real you, the you that is just you on your own, because that's what you are now. Don't bring your past into it, good or bad. Because you see, if somebody likes you, they'll likely like you for who you are now, and they're going to find that out over the course of those early stages of dating. If they don't like you and it's not going to work out between you, then they don't need to have known about your past anyway. And if they do like you, then they're getting to know you, and then in time you can introduce the subject of your past, whether that was a good past or a bad past. You'll obviously want to talk about it. That I understand and I agree with. It is an important part of you. It's about where you put it in your dating conversations. So if you find yourself going on dates and the early dates and you find yourself talking about your past a lot, I would suggest that you have some unresolved baggage there. Now, I would also suggest that you need to get that baggage sorted before you carry on with your dating. That means going to talk to a friend, letting out those emotions, good or bad, to a friend so that you don't feel compelled to bring them out when you're talking to somebody on a date. Go and find a friend that you can talk to that can hear you out. Maybe if a friend isn't appropriate, you can get some counselling or some proper help to get those emotions and those feelings and the need to talk about it out in the open air so they don't come out into your date. That would be my strong advice to you. Go and get those things sorted. Now, let's assume you have got those things sorted. You can go on a date. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about the other person. You don't need to talk about your past relationships until that date has gone through a few dates and it's going well. Now they're getting to know the real you. Now you can start talking about your past. So it is really about where you put that conversation. I'm not suggesting you'll never have that conversation, because of course your past is a really important part of you. It has made you who you are in all likelihood. It's not who you are, but it's helped to contribute. So I'm not saying you can't talk about it. Of course you will talk about it, but it has to be in the right place. So just to wrap up then, talking about past relationships, don't do it too early on, certainly not in the first 3 dates when you're meeting somebody. Try to keep your past relationships, good or bad, out of your first dates. I hope that's a helpful little video today. If you'd like any help on this subject, you'd like to talk to us more, or if you'd like some introductions to people to date, that's exactly what we do. Please give us a ring on 0208 088 3023. Thank you. Goodbye.